These are the 6 things you need to get right before you visit Tanzania. Hi Kate. So all the things I'm going to talk about are the things that I have experienced firsthand as being in Tanzania. So I've been to Arusha, Zanzibar, and now Dar es Salaam. This is my first time actually being in Dar es Salaam, and I've learned a few things that you need to know before you arrive in Tanzania. Most of these things are not online because I tried to search for them online, but I couldn't find exact updated information about Tanzania. I couldn't find it online. Tanzania is so beautiful. So if you guys like this kind of sit down, me explaining about things you need to know before you come to any country I'll be traveling to. I actually want to be a travel vlogger, but I do as much as I can to travel around the world. Put note. If you're traveling by road, by air, this is the video to watch, and please give it a big thumbs up because it helps YouTube will recommend it, and if YouTube recommend it, it will recommend to anyone who needs this information. So the first thing you need to know, if you're traveling from Nairobi to Dar es Salaam, my first stop was to go to Zanzibar. So as I was checking flights from Nairobi to Zanzibar direct, the flights were so expensive, literally so expensive, $300 and above. I'm going to mention things in dollars. International and East African people watch me, so people are more inclined to know dollars than other currencies, so I'm gonna mention dollars much. So traveling within Africa region is so expensive by flight. I don't know why. So some people told me it's because African countries were competing with each other and things like that, but I don't know. I was actually shocked to see the prices of traveling from Nairobi to Zanzibar. It was $300, and then I tried to think about Nairobi to Zanzibar. It was the least I could find. It's $200, and that's so expensive to me because especially that is the money that you save some. You money is not a problem to you. You can fly actually from Nairobi to Zanzibar direct, and it's only 1 hour and 45 minutes. And if you want to fly to Dar, you can fly it for, I think it's 1 hour. I'm not really sure, but being that the flights were so expensive to me, I chose to go by road. It's 2 ways to come to Zanzibar. By road, you have to go either by Mombasa, Taga, and Dar es Salaam, or the other route is Nairobi, Namanga, and then Arusha, and then Dar es Salaam. So I chose the route because I live in Nairobi, so I chose Nairobi, Namanga, Arusha, and then Dar. And the bus I chose is Tahmeed. Tahmeed, I can really recommend Tahmeed because they are on time. The seats are barely comfortable, and the fee is $35 straight from Nairobi to Dar es Salaam. So another you have to pass the border. So the border that you're going to have to do immigration is the Namanga border. So in Namanga border, Nairobi to Namanga border, it only takes 2 hours, and you have to, for East Africans, if you don't know, you don't require a visa, but you need your passport to be stamped. So what you need is 2 documents. You need your passport, your East African passport or your old passport. Actually, Kenyans have extended, the Kenyan government has extended the East African passport, but this doesn't mean that you can't get a free visa to enter Tanzania. So they've extended the e-passport until next year 2020, but that doesn't mean if you don't have it, you should still continue to go and apply so that you don't have hiccups. So you need a yellow fever. So don't worry if you don't have the yellow fever, that you'll have to get it at the border. But in order to epuka the long strenuous line, please just get it at city hold your yellow fever card. It only costs 2,500 Kenyan shillings to get your yellow fever at the city hall. Another thing is to get your passport. Some people don't know how much it is to get a passport. You get a passport, how much is it? 4,500 Kenyan shillings to get your passport if you haven't gotten your passport. And in the meantime, you can also get a temporary passport if you're only traveling across East Africa. So another thing is the bus leaves the Tahmeed bus. They are located at River Road, and they're really good. You can book them online as I did, so in order to not waste time and actually get full pretty quick. So get your, like if you know you're traveling in a week's time, get that bus ticket really early because you may not get a space in it. So as you can see, the chairs are so comfortable, and you can charge, like you can charge your phone on the, like each seat has a USB portable where you can charge your phone. It's air conditioned. They say they had Wi-Fi, but I think I forgot to ask for Wi-Fi password because I was so eager and also like scared of the unknown. They also give you like water at the bus, but it's good to always carry your own things, right? So that you can know when you want to snack. Flight, the most expensive flight I've seen from Nairobi to Zanzibar, if that is still your option, it will also be my option, but I haven't reached quite yet there to have that option. But very soon, with the help of the UK tribe, by subscribing to my YouTube channel, by viewing it, by sharing it, you'll be able to make him to be flying to all these countries and save time. But in the meantime, I'll be enjoying the road views. By the way, the views from, like, I didn't know Tanzania was this beautiful. Like, I knew Tanzania was beautiful, but I never knew it was this beautiful. Like, you have everything, the mountain views, the Mount Mary views, the Kilimanjaro views. Like, the drive is spectacular. Like, it just refreshes you every time you see it. So carry your own pen at the border so that when you're queuing for the line, you continue filling in your form for immigration. You'll get it stamped. Like, Namanga is a one border stop, so it's really easy. Like, you can get stamped out in Kenya and then stamped in Tanzania at the same offices, so that's really a plus. It helps, like, saves time. So it took like 2 hours at the border because the whole bus, we had to wait for all of us. Please change your currency. Like, I don't know if you've seen that post, but since Kenya we decided to change our currency, President Uhuru Kenyatta decided to change the new generation currency. This, I never knew it will affect me this much. If you haven't seen the post I posted in my YouTube community post, like, I had the worst time. I felt like a poor person. So I only changed like only 1,000 when I was crossing the border because I was scared. That 1,000 really saved me because I paid for the Uber when I reached to Dar es Salaam. But if I knew what I would have experienced the next day, it was better if I changed at the border. So the exchange rate for Tanzanian shillings at that time, it keeps on changing, but mostly it's 21 Kenya shillings to Tanzanian shillings. So if I knew that, like, all the bureaus, like, listen really careful if you're coming to Tanzania and you're a Kenyan and you're using Kenyan shillings. All the bureaus closed down. The only bureau is in the bank, and they don't take Kenyan shillings. They don't exchange Kenyan shillings because the Kenyan government, like, closed all. They haven't given them the, how do you say, the format or the currency, like, they haven't given them the go ahead to exchange Kenyan currency because there was some saga that happened, like, when this thing was put across. They are not allowed to exchange the Kenyan currency until October or until further notice. So this made me, and I had Kenyan shillings, I was stuck. I'm actually stuck. I felt so bad, like, really bad. So in order for you not to feel like me, please change your money in the country you are. In Kenya, if you're in Kenya, change it in Kenya into Tanzanian shillings, or even better, dollar. I'll change it into dollar. So because they accept dollar, like I felt so bad about that. What happened, like this, like a story time. So I got to know this story. So this is what happened. You know, I had President Kenyatta, I saw it on TV. They're changing currency in order to like curb corruption or curb, like there are these big people, like people in general that like hold huge amounts in the house, or there's like something like going like money laundering. So these people, when they had like the currency of being changed, and in the banks in Kenya, if you're going to like exchange your old currency to new currency, if it's over, I think if it's over 5 million or if over 100,000, I don't know exactly, you have to give proof to where the money came from. Like congrats to President Uhuru for having this way. But these people know that they are like, I think they are really clever and they're really good in scamming. So these like money laundering people, they crossed the border to Tanzania, and they were going with their old money to the bureaus in Tanzania and exchanging it to dollars. So guess what happened? Like, why do bad people always win? So due to that rate, they had to close the bureaus, so to like limit the amount of money coming in and going out, because the people who initially, why the money was changed to new currency, they were getting another trick to do so. So in the middle of it, nani anasafa? Nyasi nani? Mimi kemtu na watu wengine wenye wadogo wenye atujui. So I had checked earlier, like on TV, I had like Uhuru said it's okay, all the governments, outside governments from other countries have been allowed to change the currency. Well, it was not so. So I suffered. But I was so happy, like when I went to Masai market to buy some Masai in Arusha. I got like a Kenyan business woman who was selling. So she was so kind, and she was able to give me like Tanzania shillings to exchange. Yeah. And also Judy helped me a lot, and I'm so happy about that. At least, like I felt like, you know, like your people will always be your people. That's the best thing. Like I've never been so proud of being a Kenyan. Like that simple thing made me so happy. In Dar, there are bajajis. Bajajis are tuk-tuk. Also the tuk-tuks are in the Uber app. So always take the bajaji, that's tuk-tuk, because they are always cheaper. Like you need to save your money and spend it where you see it fit. Like traveling is all about cutting costs where you see it fits. So like dala. So I was not comfortable taking dala, but I was comfortable taking dala in Arusha. Arusha is a very gorgeous city. I love Arusha town, and I'll always like visit Arusha. It's so cheap. I love Arusha, and I love also Zanzibar. Like Dar is more like Mombasa. It's you have to take the bajaji from maybe from the city where you have dropped from to where you are going. And so therefore that the Tahmeed conductor, I was able to tell the Tahmeed conductor, like I'm new in this town, so when we alight at this stage, that will be convenient for me to go to my Airbnb accommodation. And he was able to get me a bajaji because I didn't have a SIM card, and it was late in the evening. So when you take the 6 a.m. bus, you arrive in, when you take the 6 a.m. bus in Nairobi, you arrive in Dar at what time? At 10:30 p.m. So at that time, it was on Sunday. There were no like, I didn't like, it was not comfortable for me to get a SIM card. But as soon as the next day, you should be able to get a SIM card. Like most people recommended Vodacom and Tigo because it's cheaper than Vodacom, but Vodacom is has a better speed, and the gigabytes are really, like, because I was not staying more than 1 week, so I bought the 10 gigabytes for less than $7. Yes, I got the Tigo one, but Judy got the Vodacom one. Yes, and buy the data bundle. They're really fast. So Another thing is, some people were asking me, so when I was in there, you can either choose to stay in a hotel or an Airbnb. The Airbnb I stayed at, it was $18, but it's the worst Airbnb I've ever been to in Dar. Not this one. I'm right now in Dar, but it was not this one. This is like it's so good. It's the best. Actually, it's in the best area, it's best location, it's clean, it's everything. I like it. Like, go and watch that review here. I think I'll have been, if I have done it, I'll click an iCard here. You can go and watch it. So you should always be careful about which Airbnb you choose, because some hosts don't really know how to host, I guess. So another thing is from that, so I slept over because the last ferry departs at 4 p.m. So I had to sleep over, and that's why I paid the worst Airbnb I've ever been to, $18. I slept and I woke up really early in the morning, but the best, and the Airbnb there, although his home was the worst, his character was really good, so he dropped me from his home to the Zanzibar ferry. So Zanzibar ferry, they open first, just starting from 7 a.m. in the morning. There's a 7 a.m. ferry. I arrived at the ferry at 7 p.m. Always, like, if you are going to book for ferry to Zanzibar the same day, always like go 2 hours earlier, so to be able to catch like the next ferry. So be careful for the porters who are there. They'll try and misguide you to which ferry you should go to, but the best ferries are Azam ferry and Kilimanjaro ferry. They are both in the same building, and there's a big huge sign. You won't confuse it, so just go straight. If they try and harass you, just say you've already booked with Azam ferry or Kilimanjaro ferry, or just say no and just go straight to the counter at the office and book your ticket. So booking your ticket, you have different options. You have the economy class and VIP, royal, cabin, and all those shedankers. So if you're a non-resident or a foreigner, you pay $35, but if you're an East African community, you pay $25. So I'm Kenyan, I paid $25 for economy. The seats are so beautiful and comfortable. It only takes 2 hours from by ferry from Dar to Zanzibar, and I loved it. Like, it's so beautiful. It's air conditioned, the seats are comfortable. I slept all the way to Zanzibar. What else? And if you want to pay the business class is $40, VIP is $50, royal is $60. But I will, like, a tip, just book economy. You won't regret it. They'll try and, like, when in the counter, they'll try and tell you, like, there's only like business, there's no need, but say you just want economy. Save your coins. They only take and then they only take US dollars or Tanzanian shillings. You see how the US dollar is very strong? I took the 9:30 a.m. ferry, and I was there by 7 a.m. because I had nowhere else to go. But it was really a good thing because I was able to go around. We spent in Zanzibar, and then we had to fly from because my travel buddy didn't want to take the ferry at all, so we had to fly from Zanzibar direct to Kilimanjaro, and it took 14 minutes, and we flew by Air Tanzania. They say precision hair and coastal are really good, but they're really pricey. So we took the one from Kilimanjaro, and we paid, it was $116 one way. Yeah, by Air Tanzania, and I really loved it also. It was really a good experience, and it only took only 40 minutes. I think even less, I don't know where you're going to stay also. Like, and also visit the Rock restaurant is really well known in Zanzibar. I really like it for I'll be honest, I really like it for, I think my food choice wasn't the best, like, I'll give it to that. It was a seafood restaurant, and I'm there ordering beef steak. What was I thinking? So yeah, but I love my coffee, and I love the views, the location, the Instagram pictures. But then follow me at Instagram at KimTobia2016. And with that said, please watch my vlogs, support me, and I'm so happy we have 10,000 subscribers. So I hope you really enjoy my Zanzibar vlogs. I'll link them here, watch them here, subscribe here, and until the next time, bye bye.